Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Anel with the Great Millstone, Borderland Saints of El Paso, Texas. Welcome to another video. And as always, before I get started, I want to give all honor, all praise, and all glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rekah Kwadash. Also, double honors to the head apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all sincere Akim. Keep believing, keep teaching, and keep preaching, whether they hear or whether they forbear. Now, we'll be taking our lesson from Daniel, the 3rd chapter. All right, and we'll get started there, and we'll see what the Lord has to say to the household of faith of the tabernacle of David. And it reads, Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold, whose height was 80 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon. All right, so this is Nebuchadnezzar setting up a golden image. All right, King Nebuchadnezzar. All right, during the reign during the reign of Babylon, when the Israelites were in Babylon. Okay, and it says, then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which King Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. All right, so he set up this golden image for all people to worship. All right, similar to what Esau is doing today. He set up Jesus Christ for everyone to worship and then spread that all over the world. You see, instead of setting up the name of Yahweh Shai Rekah Kwadash. So what they've done here is went and tore down all images of anyone who did not have that red skin like Esau. See, and they tore down those images all over the world, not just here in the daughter of Babylon, but many places all over the world, because they're dealing with some type of racial issue or discrimination issue based on the color of your skin, totally missing the point of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. You see, they caught up on ignorance. Okay, there's old saying that ignorance is bliss. See, basically that means the people who are ignorant are just stupid, basically. All right, and they missed the point due to a lack of faith. All right, they don't accept what the Lord has said about his image. All right, so they're going to set themselves up, you see, with this image of themselves, therefore playing God, you see. That's the reason why the Lord say he hates Esau, because he's the devil. All right, then it goes on to say the princes, the governors, the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then a herald cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, you see, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, you fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. You see, so Nebuchadnezzar must have loved gold just like these devils today. You see, they based off their money off of it, off gold. You see, so that when they bankrupt the country, they can pull their so-called gold out of Fort Knox, you see. If it's still there. See, the world doesn't have proof that it's even still there. See, it might not even be there for all we know, but devils may have taken it already, you see. And it says, and whosoever falleth not down and worship shall the same hour be cast to the midst of a burning fire furnace. Therefore at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people of the nations and languages fell down and worshiped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up, you see. And that's how it goes at that time in Babylon. And it says, wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. See, so the Chaldeans came before the king and say they're not bound down, pretty much like we're having today, where the Israelites are not bound down to Jesus Christ. And it's driving them crazy, you know, because they want the Israelites to serve their God. See, serve man. I'm God. Basically, that's what they're doing. You see, you serve my image because I'm God. See, that's what this wicked devil is doing in the earth. All right. And it says, thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and decimire, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whosoever falleth not down and worshipeth it, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. You see, so these three men would not worship. Then it goes on to say that then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do not serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, if ye be ready that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, you fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if you worship not, you shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? You see. So so here's King Nebuchadnezzar threatening Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego with bodily harm. You see, I'm gonna put you to death and burn you alive. Just gonna throw you in there. You see. But these men believe the Lord, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that they knew the laws. You see, that was given to Moses, that the Lord had given to them, that thou shalt not serve any other God than the Lord thy God of Israel. You see. So they had to move by faith, that they were not going to bow down to the king. And it says, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. All right. So they let him know, put him on notice, we're not going to bow down and serve your God. because we already have a God, the Holy God of Israel. And you already gave us instruction not to serve you. You see, this is the same stance that we take today. All right. And then it says, then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be heated. You see, so he heated it up 7 times hotter than normal to cast them in there. All right, to put them to death for not serving that false god of gold. And it says that he commanded the mighty men that they were in the army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So the men that was throwing them in there died from the flame. It was so hot because they heated it up 7 times hotter. And it says, and these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of the Most High, Yahweh Shai. You see, so there you have it. King Nebuchadnezzar knew what the image of Yahweh Shai is, just like the men today. You see, they know what the image of the Lord is. They know the Holy Scriptures better than some of you, that the Lord, the Son of Yahweh, is a brown-skinned man with red eyes and white woolly hair. See? There's nothing red about it. They know that according to the Holy Scriptures. But they decided because of that, they're not going to worship the God of Israel. All right, they're going to make them to themselves to be God. All right. And then it goes on to say, then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. So they walked out, you see. Just like that fire that Moses saw, a bush burning, but it was not consumed. So were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They standing in the fire, but not consumed by it. And it goes on to say, and the princesses, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors being gathered together saw these men, upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. You see, so all the men saw that and saw the wondrous works of Yahweh Shai. You see, the Son of God in there, standing with these men. You see. And it says, then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word, and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any God except their own God. You see, we're going to have to be moving in that same faith, because the devil is going to come down with great wrath, you see, seeking whom he may devour. And we have to be willing to give up the ghost in this physical body. All right. They may come out at some point with the MOTB. So you're going to have to be able to stand strong and not take it, you see, in your hand or your forehead that they say they're going to make everybody take it. All right, whether you're young or old or no matter your color, they're going to push it on the Israelites and all other nations as well, you see, because that's how these devils think. All right, because they want to have control of your mind, your body, and your money, you see. So they're going to put this out against the young and the old, the rich and the poor. If you won't be able to buy or sell, they'll starve you out if you don't take it. All right. And it goes on to say, therefore I make a decree. This is Nebuchadnezzar saying, I make a decree after seeing them delivered from the fiery burning furnace. He said, therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God that can deliver after this sword. You see, and that would be the same thing that would be said of us in that day when Yahushua comes to claim 144,000 of the house of David, the tabernacle of David. You see, it's going to bring us out. You see, he promised to do that. In that day, they'll have to deal with the nuclear weapons and the chariots of Yahushua all at the same time. You see, the Lord has already spoken it. And everything that's written in these holy scriptures, we're going to move by faith. All right, we're not going to take it. And then it goes on to say, then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. You see, so the Lord, he'll promote us into a new heavens and a new earth. All right, after he clean out the daughter of Babylon. You see, it's going to bring forth his bride, 144,000, hopefully elect, will be delivered. The 1/3 of you see here in the daughter of Babylon will be delivered. 2/3 will be destroyed. You see, and then when the Lord brings by World War III, also he'll save those of you who are holy and righteous, who are of the household of faith, that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. You'll get that deliverance as well. All right. As the Lord will have chariots to bring you up, to deliver you at that great dreadful day of Yahushua, when he pull out that sword to bring death, all right, to the wicked. Because he said he's going to destroy the wicked. All right. So they're going to partake in that lake of fire. You see. And the Lord's going to bring out, he's going to pull that sword from the sheath, you see, and deal with the wicked for being unrighteous and unjust, for all the oppression that they're doing. Esau knows who he is, you see, because it's biblical that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And the whole world knows who's ruling the earth. No one is fooled by Jesus Christ in that image. Okay, they know that's not the correct image. You see. Now, hopefully this lesson was a good lesson. Be holy. All right, move by faith. Some of you may be put to death. The Lord already told you that they're going to wear out the saints. But you're going to have to be strong. All right. Be willing to let this physical body perish. The Lord promised to give you an everlasting, incorruptible body in the new heavens and the new earth. Believe the Lord. Move by faith. And we're going to stop our lesson there. We're going to give all honor and all praise and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Quadash. Shalom and a Bible ball to the tabernacle of David.